Hi everyone. How is everyone doing today? I hope very well. Hello Sheila. She says hello Diane and Piper. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. And then she says hello everyone. And Sheila is with us from Amsterdam. So coming all the way over here into Middle America to join us today. We are fine. Piper's kind of under my chair a little bit behind me here. You can kind of let's see. There she is. There she is. I didn't want to, she was right on top of me behind my chair and I couldn't move. And so she's moved back a little bit. So there she is saying hello. She says, okay, I'm going to go take my nap now, Mom. Leave me alone. And she said, it's a little warm today, so she doesn't want to sleep in her bed. And it's interesting at night. A lot of times she sleeps on my bed and other times she can't get up without help. And I make her sleep in her own bed just because I'm restless or something and uh, need the full bed. But anyway, there she is, and she's going to go back to sleep. We have an interesting hello, Akila. She says hello, everyone. We have an interesting topic today. How can we find our life's mission? And so, thank you for the person who sent us this topic. And somebody just sent us a bunch of hearts. I'm going to guess that's either Akila or Sheila. So thank you for the hearts. If you have a question of an esoteric spiritual nature, just put it in the comments below and we'll get it. If it's too long for the comments, go ahead and email me. My email is below, or it's also on my website, which is just my name. And that's below, right below, there's that area right below the video here. And everything's there. So if you have personal questions, you can get a hold of me and we will set up, we'll schedule a session for me. If you want to know about prices for that, it's all on my website. Just go ahead and look there. I'm happy to work with you. And sometimes I don't have room for a new client, but I try to make room. So we do schedule. Sometimes we have cancellations and can get you in right away. Other times it's a slow week, and so a week or two we can get you in right away. Other times we've got to schedule you out a couple of weeks ahead of time. So get a hold of us and we'll get you scheduled. We also have, as Sheila and Akila know, we have Sacred Circle coming up. Now, Sacred Circle it's only $20 and it's by Zoom. So people from all over the country and all around the world come to Sacred Circle. It's also a very small group. I don't allow that many in, so we keep it small. There is room to grow right now. We've had some people who used to come who aren't coming right now, so we do have some room and everybody is welcome. And what is Sacred Circle? Well, it's a way to get a short message from Spirit. We also do a guided meditation, and usually I have some kind of a story or some kind of knowledge coming up. So that's the last Friday of the month coming up. Again, go to the website and you can get that information. And you're all welcome. It's 7 to 9 on the last Friday of the month. So I think that's like the 24th or something this month. If you want to, also my newsletter, which is free, that gives you information about Sacred Circle as well. Lots of articles on the blog. My goal here, friends, is to pass along the information that I've learned in my studies and pass along to answering your questions from my spirit guide, Phillip. So, and I love your feedback, by the way. And somebody on last week's video when we talked about life after death said this sounds like the same information from Edgar Cayce or others that she's read. And that just kind of confirms it for me that, and I've been doing this for so many years, that it does, there's lots of confirmation on what we say out there. But do you have different beliefs? That's allowed too, as long as you're kind when you tell us that. We believe everyone has a right to their own beliefs. So, okay, we're going to also get a message from one of my books. It's the Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. And as many of you know, it's an oracle book. So we will just open to any page. But first, let's see what Phillip has to say about how can we find our life's mission. How can we know that life's mission is. And I think I think some of you might be surprised about what he says. I'm going to put my glasses on here to read this. Okay, here we go. To find your life's mission, you must align your human self with your spirit self, for your life's mission is your soul's mission. Before continuing, let us define the terms spirit self, soul self, and human self. I have a video out there. It's called What Does an Umbrella Have to Do with Your Spirit or Your Soul, something like that. But it's put in my name, umbrella, spirit, soul, that type of thing. And it uses an umbrella to describe the difference between soul, spirit, and human self. But this is what Phillip says. The spirit self is who you are. This is your pure essence. You are pure spirit. Your soul self is your story. This is the story of all you've been and experienced in all life expressions, in all dimensions, including the third dimension and spirit world. It is while you are in spirit that you review your soul line or story, and along with your counsel, both those in spirit and human form, decide your life's mission. You then set up the perimeters that will help you accomplish your mission. So yes, everyone has a life mission, and everyone knows their life's mission, but many are unaware that they know. You know, in workshops, well, if somebody says to me, well, I don't know, I will always say, what would your answer be if you thought that you did know, if you knew that you know, if you did know? If somebody says, I don't know, and I say, if you did know, what would your answer be? So that's kind of what Phillip is saying. That is what Phillip, not kind of, that is what Phillip is saying here. Yes, so everyone has a life's mission, and everyone knows their life's mission, but many are unaware they know. So if you think you don't know, what would it be if you did know? Okay, Phillip goes on to say, to discover what you know, but are not aware you know, look into the life you are living and lived when younger. Once you discover the patterns, you might want to explore other life experiences, or what you call past lives. You must first discover the general topic before getting into specifics. For example, you might start with the words that your soul's mission is to serve. From to serve, you then discover you are to serve as a healer. Then you will discover what type of healer: a body healer, an emotional healer, a mental healer, a heart healer. Then you learn what type of form that takes. You might learn you are to be a medical doctor or nurse or a herbologist. Or you might discover you are to use words, written and or spoken, to help heal individuals or on a greater scale. What Phillip is saying there is, don't try to see the whole picture. And I think that's the big mistake most of us make. We try to see the whole picture, and that overwhelms us, and we end up not seeing the whole picture because we really pretty much can't most of the time. We might have a glimpse of it, but just start with that overall, I am a healer, and then take it down. How can you express that, or what type of a healer are you? And it may not be you're a healer, but I'm using that as an example. And then he goes on to say, look first into the child in this life. Did you play with dolls and pretend to be their mother? Did you play with fire trucks and pretend to be a fireman? Excuse me. Did you stand in front of an imaginary classroom and pretend to be a teacher, or in front of an audience and pretend to be an actor? Look too at that which has caused you pain and that which has given you joy. I want to stop for a minute. For me, when I was a little girl, I wrote in journals. As a child, I loved to read, and I always knew that I needed to be a writer. Speaking came out of that. And as you've heard me say, speaking into the computer is much harder than standing in front of an audience. So those of you who are holding that energy for me, thank you. All right, we go on. But think about what you did as a child, what you thought about as a child. And then Phillip says, look to it that which has caused you pain and that which has given you joy. As you heal that which hurts you, you help others heal. You grow in empathy and an understanding of healing the pain. Those of us who have that abandonment script, who were abandoned by one parent emotionally or physically, or both parents, we understand that abandonment script and what we have to do to heal it. So we have empathy for others who have that abandonment script. I'm not a drinker, so it's hard for me I can have empathy for someone who's addicted to a drug or alcohol, but to truly understand that, I don't have that energy. I can work with them and help them, but I don't really have the depth of understanding because I haven't experienced it. That's what Phillip is saying here. And he goes on to say, the energy of joy shows you also your life's mission. What is it that brings you joy? Let us say you enjoy working in the garden. Perhaps your mission is to bring beauty into the world. It is quite possible you are already living your life's mission, but question yourself because you think what you're doing isn't big enough. We ask you, have you smiled at a stranger today? Have you loved yourself today? Have you changed a baby's diaper or played with a child? Have you recognized anger and exchanged it for love? Have you thanked a tree for its leaves or a bush for its blossoms? Have you called a friend in need to add comfort or offered a hug to someone? For all the life's mission is to be kind, to have empathy and compassion, to be strong and to live, to see the sunrise and the shadows, to experience the twinkling of the stars and delight in the soft breezes. How you grow into and expressing this life's mission is up to you. Whether you are expressing from war's foxholes or the peace of nature or the tower of a city. How you grow into and express your life's mission is up to you. Whether you are expressing from a war's foxhole or the peace of nature or the tower of a city. Remember, you are expressing your life's mission. Enjoy it. The more you express it, the more you will understand it. Rush says, good afternoon, Diana and friends. Good afternoon. Glad you could join us. Jakarta Marie, so good to see you. We haven't seen you for a while. And she says, yay, caught you live. Big love to you. Thank you. Okay, my friends, let's get our message for the week, shall we? And there she is. She's right there. And Jakarta Marie says, thank you, Phillip and Diana, sitting in a soft breeze in Mexico now. Oh, I am envious. We're just having rain today, not storms. Yesterday we had beautiful sunshine, but we've had such a rainy spring, and I am so flooded. The center of the labyrinth, I have a labyrinth in the meadow, and it's cut out of the wild growth, the flowers, etc. And the center of it is flooded, and it is a mess. I can't mow it because it's so flooded, and it's a mess. Resh says, hi, Piper. Hi, Piper. There you go. And Resh says, rainy here too. Resh, where are you? I don't know where you are. I know that Akila is in Georgia and Sheila is in Amsterdam. Remind us, Resh, of where you are. I'm in Ohio. I'm out in the middle of rural Ohio, nowhere at all. And we're getting too much rain. So we'll look at where Rush is in a moment, but let's get our message, shall we? Okay, I'm hearing right. If you're hearing right, we are just in sync here. If you heard left, that's a message you need to really pay attention to, because that's for you. Rush says Northern Virginia. It might be a little bit warmer in Virginia, but if you're up in the mountains, maybe not. All right, here's the message for everyone. This is page 39. You can busy yourself either with talking of the world's ills or working to correct them. Whoa. It- you know, as many years as I've been doing this and as many years as I've used this book, it still always surprises me or shocks me or like pleasantly surprises me how our message always meets that which our question was answered by Philip. So you can busy yourself either with talking of the world's ills or working to correct them. That's our right side of the page 39. And my friends, if that is, when we look at our soul's mission, what Philip is basically telling us is if we live our best life, we are helping to correct the world. We are living our soul's mission in whatever expression it is. And that expression may just be we need to spread smiles. The expression may be you need to stand in front of a camera or sit in front of a camera and talk. All right. If you heard left, this is a message you need to hear. And of course, this is page 38. If you pour a gallon into a cup, the cup will overflow. If you pour a cup into a gallon, the gallon will still be empty. So if you pour a gallon into a cup, the cup will overflow. If you pour a cup into a gallon, the gallon will still be empty. Rush says, Northern Virginia. Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Jakarta Marie says, oh, good one. And Sheila says, have a great weekend, y'all, and whatnot. And Sheila waves at us goodbye. My friends, thank you for being here today. Those of you who are able to come live, I so appreciate it. Your comments, and I so appreciate your holding that energy. And for all of my friends out there, and I see those hearts going up again. For all my friends out there, I love you. Thank you for receiving this love from us, letting it add a little joy and a little smile to your life. Thank you for the love you send to us, because believe me, we feel it. And Rush says, thanks, Sheila, too, and flowers and hearts we're sending here. So we're getting lots of hearts coming up. We're sending all those hearts out to you. So from little Piper, she says, will you stop disturbing me, Mom? Enough is enough. So from Piper here, from those of us here in rainy Ohio and rainy Northern Virginia, I guess the whole Midwest and Eastern Coast, I guess, is raining. Hopefully, Akila down in Georgia is having some sunshine. And Sheila says, you're looking great, Diana. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You know how old I am. And Sheila says, thanks to Rush, too, for the hearts and the love. My friends, for all that love you're sending out to the world, we thank you. And we thank you for loving yourselves, because that's where it starts. I love you. Oh, Keila says, Georgia's getting rain too. Oh, my. And she says, thank you so much. I'm not sure there's any place that's getting sunshine today here, especially Midwest, East Coast. Enjoy. Oh, I was just going to say, Sheila, I hope you're getting sunshine. And she says, rain in Amsterdam too. Oh my goodness, what is this? Let's bring in some sunshine. We need the rain. We've just had a little too much. It can ease up a bit. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I love you all. I will see you next Friday. Again, sign up for the newsletter. It's free. I will see some of you. And Sheila says, sad spring here. Yeah. And I have to kind of wonder, is this climate change? Is this what to expect? And Jakarta Marie, who is in sunshine in Mexico. Yay, some sunshine. She's going to hold the sunshine for all of us. So thank you. I love you all. Sunshine from our hearts to each other. And from Jakarta Marie, who's sending sunshine to all of us. Thank you. Have a great week. See you next week.